could be 4,000 people, 40,000 people, usually numbers like that, right? And you'll send all of them an email at the same time. As you know, you can't send an email with your Yahoo to 4,000 people, okay? That's bad. Spam. The reason being, Aweber has this really cool feature that complies with the laws where you can unsubscribe at the bottom of every email, and that's what makes it legal and CAN-SPAM compliant. Especially, well, there's a couple other things that make it, well, that are a necessity to be compliant. One of which is the unsubscribe is the biggest thing. But another thing is that you should only email people who have opted in. Okay, very important. This just is about it's just about nature. If you had obtained email addresses and they're not expecting your email, then you're going to get a whole bunch of complaints. You're not going to make any money anyway. I don't understand why people do that. So those are the two things that you should definitely think about. All right, so aweber.com is the service, one of the services that we use to do that, to send out the emails. And that's why it was the first thing that I wanted to explain. It's not ClickBank or ClickSure. That's a dime a dozen. You can promote anything you want. You don't need to use ClickBank, ClickSure, or Amazon, or Commission Junction, or Rocket Profit, or whatever network you use. You can promote anything you want once you have the list. That's what reality is. That's what the gurus don't teach you. They don't spend time on that. All right, so Aweber is one of the services. The next one, there's a couple free ones if you're on a budget, but another one is GetResponse. Same thing as Aweber, pretty much. It just depends on the relationships that you have with them. I have a better relationship with GetResponse than I do with Aweber, simply because GetResponse, I pay a lot of money for a dedicated server. They are the only ones that do that service. So therefore, they give me very, very good service. I mean, I spend a lot of money, so I demand a lot of attention. I have a dedicated rep, that type of thing. So that's all within time. You'll obtain that type of privilege. All right, so those are your two. Those are the two things you'll probably see. We will, however, go into what exactly we're going to be doing, and that has to do with this. Okay. Very, very important. You stick close to home. You only do what you're familiar with. So if you play video games, that'll be this first circle. And then you play cello, and then you're an accountant, okay? Just put a B for video games, and then C for cello, and then accountant, right? First, you work on these things. You build these things up, okay? Because you could have 10 accountant clients, and then, of course, that is the easiest freaking thing to do. You might already be doing it, okay? Never be afraid of quitting the job. All right, for cello, this is a little bit different. You'd create a intellectual property product or a fan page, okay? And the intellectual product thing, that's just what I did. I created a how to play cello. What's cool with that is you can also have a little spin-off, which is like this YouTube channel thing, and that you'll love it that I told you to do that 6 months from now when something happens, you lose your super affiliates or something, and you're like, man, I really, I don't know what's going on with my contests, man. Well, at least I'm still building my list with that YouTube channel I built, so it's cool to have that. I like to reinforce you guys with multiple avenues in your niches, And then the video games thing, that was just solely a YouTube account that you started, a YouTube channel. All right, so you work on, doing a a couple videos for a members area after they pay 20 bucks. Get to download your cello lessons. And this is just really fun. You just buy a app off of Amazon, a video game recorder, and then you plug it into your Xbox, and then the output from the video recorder goes into the TV. So it makes it pretty easy to just press record when you're in the middle of a good game, and then with that stuff you can also go into your computer and you can edit it, and then you can make for some really good content for the YouTube channel. But yeah, that's what you do for a living from now. You just produce stuff. And the reason that I'm teaching you this is because, as you know, when you do have that YouTube channel with all those video games on it, first off, you have to be true to yourself. You loved doing it. It was fun. That was what you do for a living now? You kidding? Right? So that's the first point. The second point is that there is approximately 134, I counted this, 134 video game products on ClickBank with suitable gravity. For instance, the products convert. So all of those 134 products, that's enough for 2 promotions a week. Okay? Maybe even a little more. 2 promotions a week from your Aweber account to the people who watched your videos, selling these different video game strategy guides. All right? Now, as you know, when you make 20 bucks a commission off of ClickBank, you're making about 10 of them a day. That's about 200 bucks. Okay? 200 bucks a day just from that. So remember, and also another cool thing is with this business, with the ClickBank business, you don't do 5. It's not by 5 days anymore. It doesn't, when you think about how many days do I have to work, you work to ask me that question again. I'll tell you, work all the time. Play video games all the time. For real. Like, once you start going and you start printing money, you're not going to want to stop doing it. That's the problem, the communication out there is people think, they say, oh, it's a lot of hard work. Not if you use this is what I did, and I love what I do for a living. It's fun. That's why at Thanksgiving I'm working. I go to Thanksgiving dinner. I'm sitting there working. And before I had my iPhone, like back in the day, 2006, I remember approximately, that's not the right word. At Thanksgiving dinner, I actually asked to use their computer at their house, at my uncle's house. So it's like that. And long story short, I went on Craigslist and posted my ads on Craigslist at the Thanksgiving dinner. But yeah, that's an example. Okay, so 7 days a week, 200 bucks is 1,400 bucks a week. Okay? So have that in mind for that one YouTube channel for your video games. That's if you play video games. If you're a carpenter, then it would be a carpenter YouTube. All right, but that's just one of the avenues. There's actually 4 avenues in all, but I get to that later. I want to teach you this first. This is important because this is something you already have. You're going to be good at it already. Next is the cello lessons. With cello lessons, you're probably going to want to do video because it's a bow hold and everything. You want to teach how to do the bow hold. If you were doing singing lessons, you could get away with MP3s and just do audio. But since it's cello, an ebook isn't enough, I don't think. All right, an ebook would be cool. Like you'd have a visual ebook with like showing theory and showing what visually a different notes, what value, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, etc. Probably going to want to show that visually. But when it comes to the actual cello lessons, you're going to get ahead. Trust me, use video for that. Don't just do MP3s. That's for if you do voice lessons or if you do advice like therapy or something. All right, so then you do the intellect. That's the I, the big I circle right here, and that's your cello lessons. It's a database. You're going to make a collection of videos people can download after they've spent 20 bucks, and then you do a little complimentary YouTube channel that connects with it, and that YouTube channel you do a variety of methods. I would get real big into an affiliate program for your YouTube, and you might think, what the hell are you talking about? But it's something I'm working on right now that's going to be very successful. It's realistically the only way to do it for I wouldn't say for free, but for lack of reach because YouTube is so big. And this is, you incentivize the sharing of the video. We have this promotion right now that we're going to be doing which is share this video and you're invited to the next party in New York City. We have a party video. And so we want to launch that party video. So what we're going to do is invite people to the party if they share the video. So that's one of the things. All right, so anyway, so the YouTube account for the cello lessons as a complimentary way of building traffic, as I said, it's like an insurance policy. You're like an octopus. You have arms all over the place instead of just in one, you know, all your eggs in one basket, you know. All right, so if you did play cello and did video games and you were an accountant, you'd probably be eyeing your businesses around those niches first. Okay, the accountant thing, there's a ton of different stuff you could do. Of course, accountants get into more of the entrepreneurial category as it is. A lot of them I know are in their own business anyway. But what I'm talking about, yes, it's not being an accountant for a living really. It's creating some type of software based around accounting. Accounting is huge, whether it's tip, there's tip calculators, and you can get an iPhone app. You can build an iPhone app that's a tip calculator. There's all sorts of apps that are like that. You guys see what I'm saying? There's tons of different stuff. Tax stuff, of course, is huge. Not only apps, but you can create an intellectual property product revolving around accounting as well. All right, so that's your very heavy-duty stuff. Then we get into your fourth thing, which is, you know how you did all those incentive programs? Well, what you do is you start to create not only products, but you start to create videos and material, stuff like that, which is called IM. That's the IM niche, and that's something that you guys will get into. You're going to naturally get into that. It's as a business-to-business relationship, which is called B2B, and you're going to get into that relationship with the affiliates. But if you're just getting started, keep your incentives low. I mean, for instance, be creative. You know, like I did with the party video. Hey, share this and come to the next party. I mean, it doesn't cost anything at all. Well, it will probably cost. You probably have to spend money on drinks and stuff, but that's another story. So, as you know, you're going to make a relationship. You're going to have a separate list in your Aweber based on those business-to-business relationships. And what happened with me is my business-to-business relationships became you guys. And that's how I became a guru. You see what I'm saying? Well, I hate to say that, but it's reality. Everyone calls me that. They call me worse things. So anyway, that's how it happens, okay? And you guys are already probably getting into that because I promote all that, the IM stuff and to that list, and you guys love buying it, so you guys should start selling it too. You know, so that's how we do it. We do a variety of niches, but we also are open to doing IM, and we'll get started.